Let's step into Allendale, South Carolina, in the spring of 1905. A sleepy town of 1,500 souls, where cotton fields stretch under a heavy sky, and the Southern Railway's trains rumble through, stitching the lowcountry to the world. Allendale's a speck, its streets dirt, its people farmers, shopkeepers, and rail workers, their lives tied to the whistle of locomotives. The train tunnel, a half-mile gash through a wooded hill, is the town's heartbeat, dark, damp, its brick arches stained with soot. Built in the 1880s, it's a marvel, but whispers call it cursed, a place where shadows move and lanterns flicker. By summer, it'll be a grave, and Allendale will never be the same. Meet the men who know the tunnel best. John Carter, 34, a laborer, wiry, with hands calloused from laying tracks, dreams of a farm but stays for steady pay. He's got a wife, Eliza, and 2 kids, their shack glowing with lamplight. Thomas Reed, 28, a brakeman, is cocky, quick with a laugh, his eyes scanning for the next train's lurch. Both work for Southern Railway, a giant squeezing profits from men like them. The tunnel's their daily grind. Carter clears debris, Reed rides freights, coupling cars in its choke of smoke. Bosses push hard. Delays mean docked wages. Safety's a joke. Lanterns dim, signals miss. June 12, 1905, dawn's muggy. Carter's in the tunnel at noon, shovel scraping gravel, the air thick with coal dust. A freight's due, but no whistle sounds, no rumble warns. Workers later swear the train was silent. A ghost. Carter doesn't move. His body's found at 1 p.m., head severed clean, shovel still gripped. Foreman Henry Blake, 45, pales. Carter was sharp, not careless. Eliza wails at the news, kids clinging, as townsfolk gather, muttering about the tunnel's bad air. Blake reports to Southern's manager, Amos Klein, who shrugs, accident happens, but whispers grow, why no whistle? Why didn't Carter run? Days later, strange signs emerge. A worker, Sam, finds Carter's lantern, wick burned out, but oil full. Tracks show no skid. Did the engineer break? Allendale spooked. Old-timers recall a 1903 derailment, 2 dead, blamed on tunnel spirits. Preacher Josiah Green prays at the Baptist church, warning of evil. Reed, shaken, tells friends he hears whispers in the tunnel, not wind. Blake orders night shifts doubled. Trains won't wait. Eliza demands answers, her grief afire, but Klein stonewalls, citing ongoing work. Allendale's air thickens with dread, and the tunnel's darkness feels alive, hungry for more. Summer 1905 grips Allendale, the tunnel's shadow longer after John Carter's death. His severed head, found June 12, haunts the town. Kids avoid the tracks. Eliza Carter's sobs echo from her shack. The Southern Railway calls it an accident, but Allendale's not buying it. Foreman Henry Blake, torn between loyalty and doubt, pushes his crew harder, trains roaring through the tunnel day and night. Thomas Reed, the brakeman, drinks at the saloon, muttering about Carter's lantern. Its flame snuffed too soon. Townsfolk whisper of curses, but Blake smells something human, negligence, or worse. By July, pressure builds. Eliza, 30, rallies neighbors, demanding Southern investigate. Preacher Josiah Green backs her, his sermons fiery, calling the tunnel Satan's throat. Blake, risking his job, meets Sheriff Eli Tate, 38, a no-nonsense Civil War vet. Tate's skeptical, railway deaths are common, but Carter's case nags. No whistle, no skid marks. Tate walks the tunnel, boots echoing, finding oddities. Scratches on bricks, like a struggle, and a rusted wrench, not Carter's. He questions the engineer, Caleb Dunn, 50, who swears he blew the whistle, eyes darting. Dunn's crew backs him, but their stories waver. The tunnel yields more secrets. Sam, a laborer, reports a glow at night, not lanterns, fading when approached. Tate's deputy, Will, finds a blood speck near Carter's death spot, dried, missed before. No lab in 1905 Allendale. Evidence sits in Tate's desk. Theories spark. Was Carter drunk? No, Eliza swears he was sober. Sabotage? Southern's rivals, like Seaboard, play dirty, but no proof. Tate grills Klein, Southern's manager, who snaps, "Keep trains running, not rumors." Blake, caught between, admits signals often fail, a cost-cutting sin. Reed, jumpy, says he'll quit, but needs cash. Allendale's fear spikes. Wives beg husbands to avoid the tunnel. Shops close early. A town meeting, July 20th, packs the courthouse. Eliza demanding justice. Tate promises answers, but the railway's grip, jobs, land, power looms. Strange reports pile up. A brakeman hears screams. No source. A kid sees lights dancing in the tunnel's mouth. Tate's gut says Carter's death wasn't chance. But the truth's buried in coal dust, and the tunnel's not done claiming lives. August 1905, and Allendale's a tinderbox. The tunnel's a feared place. John Carter's death a wound festering with questions. Sheriff Eli Tate's probe stalls. Southern Railway's Amos Klein blocks access, calling it company land. Eliza Carter's grief turns fierce. Her flyers nailed to oaks, demanding truth. Foreman Henry Blake's crew shrinks. Men quit, spooked by whispers of ghosts. Thomas Reed, the brakeman, stays, his swagger gone, eyes scanning the tunnel's dark. Preacher Josiah Green's church is packed, his voice thundering about judgment. Then, August 15th, the tunnel strikes again, and Allendale's dread becomes terror. Reed's on a midnight freight, coupling cars in the tunnel's belly. The air's thick, lanterns barely cut the smog. At 1 a.m., a scream. Reed's found, neck broken, 20 feet below a platform, his lantern smashed. Workers swear he was alone, no train near. Blake, first on scene, gags. Reed's eyes are wide, like he saw death coming. Sheriff Tate's called, his lantern casting shadows as he climbs down. No skid marks, no witnesses, just a snapped rope, frayed, not cut. Was it a fall or a push? Tate's investigation deepens. Reed's wife, Clara, 25, says he feared the tunnel, talked of eyes watching. Tate finds a scrap of cloth near Reed's body. Not his, coarse, like a sack. The tunnel's bricks show fresh gouges. High up, no explanation. Tate suspects foul play, Carter's death. Now Reed's, too neat for accidents. He probes Southern's books. Klein's cutting corners, faulty signals, no night guards. A worker, Sam, whispers of strangers near the tracks. Hired hands, maybe saboteurs. Tate tracks one, a drifter, gone by dawn. Theories swirl. Was Reed drunk? Clara denies it, his flask empty. A rival company? Seaboard's losing contracts, but no evidence. Tate grills Klein, who's icy. Railways are dangerous, Sheriff. Allendale's psyche cracks. Kids see ghost lights. Mothers burn sage. Eliza and Clara unite. Their pain of fire, demanding a state probe. Tate's close to something, negligence, murder, or both. But the tunnel's a vault, locking secrets in its damp walls. September 1905, and Allendale's a town possessed. The tunnels claim John Carter and Thomas Reed. Its darkness a curse no prayer can lift. Sheriff Eli Tate's office is a warren, sketches of the tunnel, a frayed rope, a blood speck in a jar. Eliza Carter and Clara Reed stand vigil, their flyers plastering Allendale stores, their voices hoarse at town halls. Foreman Henry Blake's crews down to 10, men fleeing Southern Railway's grip. Preacher Josiah Green's sermons draw crowds, blaming man's greed. The tunnel's a specter, and Tate's chasing ghosts in a town owned by rails. External forces loom. Tate learns Southern's in debt, new lines, old tracks, safety slashed for profit. A state inspector, James Holt, arrives, pressured by Eliza's letters to Columbia. Holt's report leaks, signals broken, schedules chaotic, workers untrained. Tate suspects a cover-up. Klein's tied to Charleston elites, who bankroll Southern. Was Carter's death a warning? Reed's a loose end? Tate finds a pay stub near the tunnel, not Reed's, for a J. Cole. No record. A hired killer? Cole's gone. A phantom. Community pressure surges. Merchants boycott Southern's freight. farmers block tracks. The Barnwell Sentinel runs a front-page story, Tunnel of Death, sparking Charleston's ire. Klein threatens lawsuits, but Tate's relentless, questioning Blake. Blake cracks, admits Klein ordered quiet fixes post-Carter, hiding signal flaws. A worker, Sam, saw men in suits at the tunnel, pre-Reed's death, not railway. Tate's theory hardens. Southern's protecting profits, maybe silencing troublemakers. But proof's thin, and Klein's untouchable. Allendale's terror peaks. Lanterns glow at vigils. Kids swear they hear Reed's screams. Holt's probe stalls. Southern's lawyers bury him in red tape. Eliza and Clara's pain fuels rage. Their march shutting Main Street. Tate's close to a break, but the tunnel's a grave, and its secrets are guarded by men with more power than God. October 1905, and Allendale's a husk. The tunnel's sealed, not by law but fear, trains rerouted after Carter and Reed's deaths. Sheriff Eli Tate's desk is a graveyard, notes, a rope, a cloth scrap, no justice. Eliza Carter and Clara Reed are shadows. Their home's quiet, kids raised on grief. Southern Railway's Amos Klein's untouchable, Charleston's elite shielding him. Preacher Josiah Green's church prays for closure. But the tunnel's a wound, its ghostly lights whispered in saloons. Allendale's changed, and the truth's a flicker in the dark. A final clue surfaces, November. A boy finds a knife near the tunnel. Rusted, etched, J.C. Tate's gut says it's Coles, the phantom worker, but no trace. State Inspector Holt's report, buried. Leaks in 1906. Southern's negligence killed Carter. Maybe Reed, signals faulty, workers expendable. No trial comes, Klein retires, rich untried. Tate, broken, quits in 1907, the case cold. Eliza dies in 1915, Clara in 1920, their fight lost. The tunnel's bricked up, 1925, but lights dance, screams echo, locals swear. No convictions, just lessons, greed kills, power buries. Allendale's legacy is caution. Tunnels hold secrets, and some truths stay buried. The ghosts of Carter and Reed linger, a warning to never trust the dark.